Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good morning. Welcome back to Wayne's Arcade World. Obviously, you can tell I didn't do a great job of doing an early live stream like has been the plan. Uh, it has been not been going so well, but whatever. We got started pretty much our normal time now. Getting the laptop set up. We got an Atari 5200 day today. Kind of related to a YouTube short that I did earlier, showing you guys that I do have my actual or my parents' former Atari 5200 in my possession. What am I going to do with it? Well, nothing really at this point, or at least right now. Maybe something down the road, but for now, it's going to sit in my garage with the Atari 2600 that I showed you guys about 11 months ago in that linked video. So, because of that, we're going to do some of my favorite games. The only one, kind of my favorite, but that we had with the 5200. The only thing is, hello, John. Moon Patrol takes a little while. I did a dedicated, I think, gamer short on it. So, technically, yeah, that is also one of my favorite, but that takes a little bit of time. I might do again another dedicated live stream on that. But these are a few of the other ones that were in that short that I liked, and a couple that I kind of forgot about, being Pengo and QIX. And then, of course, two regulars that I enjoyed. And obviously, if you watch that short, saw that I had the cartridges for, that being Joust and Dig Dug. So we're all going to do straight 5200, assuming that we have it all, which I'm pretty sure we do. I did check Pengo, did check QIX, and we do have the 5200 versions of those. And I'm pretty sure we played the 5200 versions of Joust and Dig Dug at this point, or at least we should have. But we'll double check all that. But and from there, we'll head over in another hour or so. We'll do Yakuza, and that'll be our live stream for tonight. So, hope you all are doing well. Hope you're doing good, Jan. All right, I'll open up the chats. Skip the ad. All right, we're good. Play. There we go. Alrighty. So pretty simple. If you're a fan of the 5200, yeah, check out that short. Like I said, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with that. Like I said, right now it's just in the box in storage. I had to kind of look through it because I actually got my sister some months ago now. It's been a little while. One of these family parties, she dropped it off, and I just kind of chucked it in the garage and didn't really do anything with it. And now I finally got a chance to look at it, see what games we had. I don't know if we had more games. Obviously, that wasn't a big game list. I don't know if we had more. I was kind of trying to run through my head and think of the games that we had, and most of those seem to be covered. So, my parents obviously had a lot more of the 2600 than they did 5200. But that's it. That's as far as the two systems. Like, I know there's also like the 7800 or whatever. Now that I've seen the controller for this 5200 and obviously 2600, I think those were the only two Atari systems they had. I don't think I thought at some point we did, but going back into it in that goofy controller on the 5200, I think those were the only two one that they had, and then they had ColecoVision, which I don't. My sister hasn't given me the ColecoVision yet. I thought she told me she also had that in storage, but I'll have to double check with her on that. Um, I'm kind of curious of what games we actually. I know we had Cabbage Patch. So that's the big one that we had for ColecoVision, which I had the instruction manual for whatever rare reason in there, which is kind of cool in that box too. So that was kind of cool to have that. But yeah, I think that was it then. Yeah, so we had the two Ataris and the ColecoVision. But yeah, I'm kind of curious what games we had. I don't remember. I don't remember really anything from the ColecoVision outside of that Cabbage Patch game. So, but I'll have to check with her because I was kind of looking through my boxes. I'm like, I don't think they gave me that, but she may have also thought they had the ColecoVision, but they really had the 5200. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened to it. I gotta double check with her to see if that was actually saved. They found that. But yeah, I had like I said, it's kind of what's the point given that everything is on the retro PC, but it is cool to have it. At least I have control of it. It's not going to depend on my sister and brother-in-law going to throw something out at some point, or what's going to happen with the storage unit. Something things can down the road. At least I have access to it. Again, not much in there is worth anything, but you can get pennies on the dollar for those Atari 2600 cartridge games these days. There's nothing really valuable on there, but I do feel better, even though if I don't have anything to do with it, I feel better at least that I do have it. So now we just need to figure out the ColecoVision. But that's future me problem. But yeah, I'll message my sister at some point to say, hey, did you find that one or not? ColecoVision also had a weird controller. There were a lot of systems that had weird controllers back then. I don't know. It just was so odd. I mean, the 2600 was okay. It kind of killed your wrist a little bit. But it was a little rough. And, I have a very similar controller for the Atari flashbacks. But, yeah, 5200 is odd with the keypad. And I mean, it was kind of... I thought the red, yellow, green type little stoplight thing up at the top for the reset, starts, whatever, select or whatever. And I thought that was kind of neat, but it's an odd controller. You had like two little red buttons on each side. And I'm hoping that this will work fine with my 8-bit do controller. I'm hoping a normal looking controller will work on these games. I think it will. Because I'm pretty sure I played like Joust and others on here, so not anticipate. But this is the one I'm most excited about. This is the one I kind of forgot about until I went through that short again. I was like, oh, Pengo. Oh, man, I played the heck. Because I've always kind of said how my favorite two of the 5200 are ones I play with my dad. Obviously Joust and Moon Patrol, but I don't know if my dad played this too much, but this is one I definitely played quite a bit as a youngster. Much, much younger version of Memories by Wayne. Love the sound of this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you just gotta kind of crush the little guys, and that's really it. It's really not that complicated of a game, but got a double there. Got it. There you go. Once you get all the guys, you clear level and you're done. That's it. That's about it. It gets harder obviously as you go along, and forgot what the flashy ones are, but I just love, man, these sounds. It didn't take me back quite as much as Cabbage Patch did, but you completely forget about a game, but then you hear the sound, and you're like, oh my goodness. They like tickle you or something. I don't know. I always thought it was tickling. Maybe they don't, but that always just looked like to me that they would tickle you. We're not doing good here. Let's see. Get him one of these down here. Double, sweet. All right, I'll take it. This also seems like a game my mom would have liked. I'm assuming that we got it because of my mom originally. Because again, this was more... The original Nintendo was my first system. Obviously, my mom and my dad played it. But that was really my first system, was a Nintendo. The two Ataris and ColecoVision, that was just my parents. They were... for what I remember and what I've been told later on by, my relatives, that... especially my cousin, Pac-Man Pat, of StarWarsArcade.com. They were kind of cool adults for the time. It's just really into systems and, video game systems. And a lot of that is probably because of my cousin as well. Obviously, you know, my cousin Pat was, you know, their nephew. So obviously they knew, obviously, you know, Pat knew them since they were a baby, and they grew up together, and very clear, everyone was very close and everything. But they were obviously supporting my cousin's arcade way from the beginning in the early '80s, and so they had a lot of exposure to all these video games and stuff. So they were big, you know, into Atari, you know, and my mom was big into Showbiz Pizza and the arcade games there. I talked about her liking Centipede and Galaga, and so they were getting these systems, you know, pretty quickly after they came out. They also had a Texas Instrument home computer. Uh, you know, so they were into the technology very early, and my mom too was. She really took to the early days of the internet. Like, you know, you kind of as you know, I'm kind of in between Gen X and millennial, but obviously I experienced both the pre-internet and the internet days, and I was there for pretty much the beginning of it all. But my mom was, you know, obviously in that, you know, boomer generation that weren't into technology back then, and you know, she still had to go to me for a lot of computer advice, but you know, she was really into a lot of the internet stuff early on, like the chat rooms and Yahoo Chat, various like voice chats and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't even remember how popular it was, but I know she had it on my computer, my Windows 95 desktop, and of course, every time, because it was Windows 95, and every time a driver flipped out or something like that, it'd get the blue screen of death, and she'd have me call me upstairs to see if I can get the computer back, and I always did. Uh, but she was into, well, besides like Yahoo Chat, she was into like something called M Player. Yeah, just M Player, which eventually became Live.com. I didn't use it too much, but she did it. She did like, you know, the best you could in the early dial-up days, do like video, voice group chats, and all this other crazy stuff. So she was kind of in the pioneer of it too. So not surprising to me at all that she would be into, you know, this sort of stuff back then. You know, like they were very kind of hip with it. But yeah, again, a lot of that is having. I'm sure my cousin had a big influence on the type of systems and, you know, the things like that. You know. Yeah, I just love it. I mean, this is just, I don't know. Like it's a pretty simple game. I'm obviously not a little out of practice with this, but yeah, 5200 though, man, a big improvement. Like, you know, looking back, you know, there's obviously still a little nostalgia factor to the 2600, but man, graphics were just so rough. Like everything got so like. Looking back at comparing it to now, it is just night and day. I didn't realize, obviously, younger kid, like how much better the graphics were, but like graphics, sound, everything. Like the 2600, man, it's rough, and some games are just so basic, like they're almost hard to play, or they really don't seem like they have an ending or any kind of start finish. They just, you know, there's some I really like, you know, like bowling and stuff. You know, there's adventure is cool, but night and day difference, 52. And again, I can't really, like I said, I don't know. I don't think we had a 7800, so I can't really speak too much of that system. I don't know why they didn't get that. I mean, maybe it was just yeah, that was a rough controller. As odd as the 5200 one was, at least it didn't kill your wrist like that. I mean, I even have a hard time, like, when I haven't played it in a while now, but the Atari Flashback that I've done live streams on has a pretty authentic Atari 2600 control, and that still kind of hurts my wrist a little bit, you know? It was a rough... Nice. It was kind of a rough one to play too, you know? Ah, yeah, Apple IIe Classic. Now, I do have Apple IIe games on here, but I don't know how well they're going to work on my controller here on the Retro PC. I do have emulation of it, but the computer software games can get a little kind of weird as far as like how it maps out with my regular controller. It's a little tricky, but I do technically have some Apple IIe emulation stuff on here. I haven't looked too in depth yet because same thing, like I have Commodore 64 on here, but again, it's can be a little tricky to get some of that stuff to work. Gotcha, buddy. Yeah, this is Pengo. I mean, like I said, it's very basic, but just this was my type of vibe as a kid. Like, I mean, we didn't have super complicated games back then, anyway, but I just wanted simple little, this type of thing, the Mario type game. I wasn't doing anything super complicated. I just wanted, simple stuff like this. But man, just the sound of it all, man, just takes me back, man. And I had forgotten. Like I knew it's one of those that you kind of think in the back of your head once in a while, like, oh, there was some wasn't there some game I used to play with a penguin or something like that? And then you kind of forget about it, but yeah, this was one I was like, oh yeah, that's right. And I saw that cartoon, like, holy cow, Pengo, and I'm almost certain my cousin as well. Like I said, I think it may have been I think it might have been my cousin. They might have discovered this through my cousin's arcade because I'd be almost certain he had this in an arcade version. Yeah, I'm almost certain he had this in the arcade as well. I know this was pretty popular. Ah! Yeah, the blocks will flash, and then that indicates that you could have one of the Pengos come out. But that's Pengo. Obviously, we have an Atari 800 version of it, MAME, FB Neo again, it's arcade versions. Whole lot of more than I would realize. Apparently, Game Gear, Commodore 64 had it. Holy cow! Nothing too newer than the Game Gear, although that's interesting that Game Gear apparently had. I like to see what the heck the Game Gear version's like. Obviously, I did not have this, and this is Japanese version, but I mean, we're focusing on the 5200, but huh. All right, well, okay. It's kind of cool that they did that. I mean, I would love to get. If I could get my hands on a Game Gear, I wouldn't mind getting it, honestly. It'd be cool to get cartridges for some of this stuff. I mean, it's kind of the same concept. But I mean, that's cool if they ported it for Game Gear, though. The sounds are different, for sure. Okay, I don't know what I did there, but... Ah! Ah. Dang it. Oh, man, this is a little harder. Yeah, let's try it one more time, I guess. Whatever. Sega. Not bad sound. I'll go. I mean, it's not the original, but it did an okay job with it. Still got a bit of charm to it, the music and stuff. Oh, of course you would get up out of there. I've been impressed with all the stuff I've seen on the Game Gear too, as well as the Game Boy Advance. But considering I come from the original Game Boy, that was the only portable I ever had. Obviously, all this would be pretty, pretty impressive and cool colors. But yeah, Game Gear seems like it has some pretty cool stuff. Now, a portable version of Shenmue would be awesome. Like, if they could ever get like Shenmue 1 ported on here, that'd be awesome. That'd be some kind of fan-made thing, but I'd love to see Shenmue on like a portable like this. Clearly, I'm better at the 5200 version than this. Well, I mean, yeah, I didn't get a bonus on that, but at least I got to the level. The next one we're going to do is QIX, QIX. I'm assuming that's how you say it. It's one of those I don't remember how much I remember about that game, but I do know when I saw that cartridge, I'm like, oh yeah, I used to play that. I did look at it really quick on the thumbnail here just to kind of make sure that I had it on the Retro PC, and it is kind of familiar. That's frustrating. Anyway, let's move on. QIX do know we have reset. These sounds, it's the sounds in particular that kind of took me back a little bit. It kind of reminds me of that one Microsoft Entertainment Pack where you got to try to like trap the balls in as small little area as possible. I forget which exactly that one was, but we played it before many times on here. But it's kind of similar vibe to that. It's almost kind of got a Tempest feel to it as well. Kind of mixed between that and Tempest. You fill in the squares. This is definitely one I played. I don't know how good I was at it, but obviously there's definitely some kind of an arcade version as well. And then there's all of this. The heck, they had QIX Neo for PlayStation. What in the heck? I don't even know. That is kind of crazy. Might have to look at that. But was this the 5200 version of it? I think it was. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. Oh, all right. Again, I gotta remember how to actually play this. Okay. I don't know what percent. Oh, okay. See, up there it says 65%, so I think that's what. As long as you get that, you're good. So probably not too much. Ah! And don't let that thing hit you, apparently. All right, let's reset that. Now I know what the heck I'm doing here. Let's start fresh on that. Yeah, clear Tempest sound on here. I mean, obviously, like I said, it does kind of remind me of that one Microsoft Entertainment Pack game. It's not as easy as I thought. Oh, close. Yep, okay, so you go over 65%, you're good. Okay, cool. Man, definitely some sounds that kind of are a cool throwback for sure. Yeah, no, I definitely played this. I don't know how much either of my parents. This is something my dad might have been into. I don't really remember. Oh, come on. That close to it, Jesus. Again, yeah, so much similarity to that Microsoft Entertainment Pack game. You do get like 5 lives, I guess, which is kind of cool. Of course, you can't let those things hit you. Nice. Okay, yeah, I remember why I like this. I do remember like this. This fit me pretty well as a kid for sure. Yeah, I gotta play this again. Gotcha. Oh, hello, Ian. Welcome. Good to see you, man. Welcome back. I was trying to do the split on them there. Didn't get too fancy. But I don't unfortunately have any laundry ready at this moment, so unfortunately I won't be doing anything tonight. Yeah, it's kind of running late with everything, so I do have some things I need to do. I gotta get some towels and stuff done, but unfortunately I don't have everything quite ready. So possibly tomorrow. If you stick around for tomorrow's live stream, very likely I'll have to do. Because I still have to do my clothes before I go back to work, so I might be doing all of it tomorrow at this point. I'm still kind of off schedule too, with everything from my vacation out in Indiana. So we did like stuff when we were coming back, and so I didn't really need a ton of towels or my clothes or anything to worry about. So that trapped me. What the heck? So you get an idea. I think a good idea what QIX is. This is a cool game, though. I'm glad. Again, I'm glad. I do technically have it on a cartridge, but there is something convenient about just being able to spin it up here in the emulator. Good old Beta Sarah. Anyway, should we check out what the heck that PlayStation version is? That's kind of funny. Look at that real quick. QIX Neo. PlayStation. This is about almost pretty close. The Nintendo 64 is about. And I'm pretty sure. I think the PlayStation came out after the Nintendo 64, but yeah. Oh, when the heck did it? Let's see. Okay, no, actually, I think my Nintendo 64, because it says PlayStation 1, America, September 9th, 1995, and N64 in US. It'll actually load it. September 29th, 1996. Okay. So PlayStation apparently did come out a little before Nintendo 64. So this might be my second newest system that I have on here. Let's go with the original here. I don't really. They're gonna give me the whole. They're gonna give me the whole backstory here. Okay, I mean it's the same idea. $13. There is a percentage thing on the bottom. Okay. And this thing is killing me really badly. Jesus, dude. Yeah, pretty intense, man. Continuous. We just do. Okay, cool. We can do it just a regular continue round one here. Okay, cool. Very interesting, though. This is a little harder. I'm assuming it's a 65% they want us to get to. Gotta be. Not to the original. Oh, okay, we're above 65% now, so I don't know. Okay, well, so that goes that theory. How much we got? Do we got the whole thing or something, or what the? How much we got to do here? Ah. Well, you got to like 73%. All right, so now let's look at some basic stuff that we've done before, but again, great representation of the Atari 5200. Of course, that's going to be Joust. Now, we've done this in detail. We've done a variety of versions. I'm just going to kind of focus on the 5200 here real quick. We'll run through these two very quickly. Again, hopefully I have it. Let's see here. That would have been the one I would have played growing up, and I don't see it. NES version, 2600 version. Oh, there we go. Yep, there it is. I'm pretty sure we had it. Yeah, there you have to kind of search back on it. I don't remember when he did it, but we played a bunch of these versions on the 5200. Well, on a live stream, including the 5200, and we played a bunch of these, including the 2600 and some very oddball versions of it too. So, third we look at, I don't remember when we did that. I've done so many live streams I kind of lose track. But this would have definitely, outside of technically, I guess, the arcade version. I mean, I might have played the arcade version first. I don't know. But this is definitely one of my first exposures to Joust. And again, I also have a dedicated gamer short talking about, how between this and Moo Patrol was my dad's favorite game to play with me. And one of the last times I met up with him out in Lake Villa, where he's staying right now, coast the fire in North Lake, I was talking about these games, and he actually watched. I can't remember which. I think he may have saw one. He saw one of the gamer shorts, either the one I did dedicated to my mom, or he did. And I told him, yeah, I was talking about how it's kind of nostalgia of how much that Joust and especially Moo Patrol brings back for me, I still think the MAME had a little bit cooler sounds to it, but I don't know, it's okay too. The MAME was pretty awesome. I still think that's probably my favorite version, the arcade version, but jeez. Do one more round. I feel like I can do a little better than that. I can't really picture playing this. I don't know how I played this on that goofy 5200 controller, though. I made a little sarcastic little comment about the Atari controllers. How Atari always had weird controllers. As I think back, I gotta look again. I can't remember exactly how the 7800 controller was, but yeah, 2600 it killed your wrist. 5200 was just weird. But the ColecoVision had a weird controller too. You know, it's like everyone was just trying to be like different. You know, like controllers were considered a. Now it's just kind of like, you know, and everything's kind of cross compatible anyway. And third-party controllers work for everything, but like, I feel like there was like some competition among, you know, the video game folks back then about how weird they can make the controller. Except Nintendo. You know, I mean, I think Nintendo was ahead of its time because, I mean, look at the NES and NES, NES and the SNES, how simple those controllers were. And then you look what Coleco Atari was doing, and you know, probably a few others that I can't think of right now, but Nintendo just kind of, they kept it so simple, and then until the Nintendo 64, then that thing is just, they did great until the Nintendo 64, and that thing is just horrific. I mean, we did good with it. I mean, we played our Mario 64 with it, and we rocked it, but just a total worse design. So they were good for a while, and then they just fell in the trap of everyone else to make a goofy controller. I can't speak much beyond that, though, as far as like a PlayStation, Xbox, etc. controller, because yeah, I didn't have a ton of hands-on with those, but yeah, Nintendo was just kind of a nice, refreshing, simple controller. And then, like, yeah, the Nintendo 64 just got goofy. Just got a bonus life too. Yep. Ooh, it almost got you there. The hand almost got you. Oh, it did. It's going. Ooh, nope. And you can have the egg. Ah. Oh, jeez. Now, if you guys saw my live stream previously doing this, you know that I kind of... One thing I can't stand is that stupid buzzard thing. I hate that. The only way you can kill it is you gotta, like, hit it right on its nose. Literally, like, nose to nose. It's the only way you get rid of that thing. We had a pretty good game. I don't remember the highest we got in that live stream, but we had a decent run here. But yeah, me and my dad used to love to do this 2-player, though. I have probably the most nostalgic feels for Moon Patrol, but we probably play Joust more. I could be wrong. And it just killed me right away. Ah, it's back. And that's it. Oh, got another life, really. And that game is over. There you go. So much for that. Alright, 5200 version of Joust. Now, we're just going to go one round probably of Dig Dug. Why? I don't know. You know, again, I don't know if I've actually tried Dig Dug on the Retro PC yet. I'm trying to remember if I have. We've done it. I have the little mini version of Dig Dug here. I've shown you guys this probably before. But, this is the OG version of the My Arcade sets, not the newer ones that, like the one that I think my wife gave me one, and Todd gave us one. But yeah, this is one that I've done this on various videos before. I think I did an unboxing of this, honestly. You can dig back into the Wayne's Arcade World playlist. I think I've done this on video now. But I don't know if I've done this really on the Retro PC or not. Yeah, I'm going to go back and redo these all on a live stream again. It's been a while since I played them. I want to play it once in a while, make sure the batteries stay good. These are all still the original batteries on these things I've had in here. I probably should swap these out at some point on all my little My Arcades, but gotten one for my wife, gotten one for my sister, gotten one for Todd. Oh, God, I don't know who else gave me up, but most of these have been gifts so far. I do think I dig a little bit into the history of that, so in one of those videos, you can feel free to look up if you want. But yeah, I don't know if I played this. Now, we'll look obviously for the 5200 version, because that's the theme here, but sure, I got a million versions of Dig Dug on here. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Boy, do we. Ooh. Oh, a television, MAME, arcade. There's your 5200. There's your 7800. 800. Ooh, C64. Commodore 64. ColecoVision. Of course, Atari 2600. I never had Dig Dug in that. Apparently, Apple II. FB Neo, Game Boy, freaking Game Boy. I want for Game Boy. Oh man, I want it for Game Boy. Oh, I would love to have that for Game Boy. I guess I do now, but oh god, Atari PAL, 2600 thing, more FB Neo, Dig Dug 2. So we're got like a new version. Apparently there was a second version of Dig Dug, and then there's Zigzag Dig Dug conversion on Galaxy and Heart. Again, this is someone hacked something or other and put that together. Famicom MIDI, I have no clue. Apparently Game Boy Advance. I didn't know there was a Dig Dug 2, but okay, there we go. that's do the 1500 version, then we're gonna get butt up to do a little bit of Yakuza before we head to bed for the night. See how much I see if this is how I remember. I've obviously played the MAME or arcade version to be the closest one of my little mini Mario arcade thing, but round carrot. I don't know what that's about. Players 1. Yep, that works. Interesting. This now looks exactly like the arcade version for sure. But this would have been what my cartridge one would have looked like. Yeah, I definitely did play a good amount of Dig Dug back then. This was always a fun one to play in the arcade. It was pretty common finest. No, don't you run away from me, bro. You're gonna run away from me. No. Whatever. Let's see, is he gonna come down here? Where is he gonna go? Oh, he's gonna go up there, okay. We'll be ready for you this time, brother. Oh, wow. Okay. That was a bummer. Yeah, this is okay. Obviously, I gotta say the main version, the versions on my arcade system's, better than this, but not bad. Yeah, it's gonna be better than it was on the 2600 for sure. Oh, I think we just got extra life. Hey, finally got something with the rock. I'm pretty sure Dig Dug was a game that my mom liked. I don't know if my dad really cared too much about it, but pretty sure this was something my mom liked. Ah. You going around a circle here, dude? I'm trying to be all tricky. Ah! You're chasing me! Ah, I always love that part. Ooh, there's some kind of bonus thing, or I don't know what that is. But... Oh my gosh, everything is chasing me. Love those sounds though. So cool. Reset. I gotta see this because I'm curious. Had I been lucky enough to own this for the Game Boy, what would it have been like? Only one way to find out. Let's check it out. At least I can play it now. But this is definitely one cartridge I would not hesitate to buy if I found this in an antique store. For sure. Because I can at least play it on the Game Boy Advance. No, my friend gave me. Okay, that's a little different. What in the 8-bit noise is this kind of music? The music's not so bad, but then the shooting gets weird and everything else gets weird after that. Yeah, it's very choppy too. It could be the emulator as well. Hoping this sounded a little better on an actual Game Boy, but... That's interesting. That is interesting. I don't know if I'd be in a big hurry to pick that up at an antique store. It's okay, but that's odd. I'm happy with my little cartridge thing, but I'm gonna show you guys. In case you guys aren't really sure what I'm referring to as far as what on the Windows XP machine reminds me of QIX in a way. Like I said, almost it's got a Tempest vibe, but that's also got a vibe of this. So I'll just let me get this started. Let me get that laptop started real quick. Show it to you guys. Little bonus laptop, retro laptop. This will allow you guys to also kind of see how my setup is currently. I think I've showed it to you guys how I got everything current. I got everything kind of rearranged a little bit. Get this put away real quick here. Yeah, there it is. Get my keyboard put away here. So yeah, we're wrapping it up for at least the game room portion here. Okay. And I still yet to change the battery in the remote for the light. Busy day, busy few days. We'll get to that eventually. Where is my remote? There we go. Okay, well, I think we're at least set here. All right, let's head over to the tool room, as I call it, because that used to be the room where the previous owners of the house stored all his tools. It's kind of a tool room, utility room, workbench room sort of thing. I don't know, but I call it the tool room because he had like 80 million. Oh, if you would have, I don't know if I had taken any pictures of it. I might have, but the dude had 80 million tools in there. He thankfully cleared all that out, but still left us a lot of stuff. But he cleared most of that out before he moved. Sadly, actually, he passed away. It was obviously the husband and wife, and they moved down to Kentucky after they sold the house to us to be closer to one of their kids. And I think she is still alive, but he actually passed away just like a year or two ago. Of course, this is McHenry, so everybody knows everybody. So someone in our community here knew, and through the wife, that he had passed away. Because again, everyone knows each other, and even when they move out of state, everyone in McHenry still knows each other and keeps in contact with each other. There is a vibe in this town, and through the grapevine, we learned. And apparently, also, he used to be a mailman, like one of the head mailman for McHenry or something like that. He used to be like a. None of you guys obviously would know. I didn't know. Apparently, he was a pretty big, a retired, obviously, mailman, and he was like a very like senior mailman for McHenry until he retired. So. Want some classic Windows XP sounds? Yeah, so I know we're kind of doing some random stuff today, but you know, I might have a little bit of a shorter Yakuza live stream, but that's okay. I think Tyler might be busy too, but anyway, ready for some classic Windows XP sounds here? Here we go. I tell you, for a 2004-ish, I'm not sure exactly what the year this is, Dell Latitude D520 laptop. Beautiful speakers on here. A million times better than my Gigabyte G6 laptop from 2005. Thankfully, I use external speakers, so I don't have to ever really listen to it that much. Or if I don't have that, I have my headphones, but garbage internal speakers. And look how beautiful that is on this thing. So, yep, we still have the Kim Possible on here. I haven't changed that in a while. I should change it at some point. But yes, I think it's Maxwell actually is the one that it reminds me of, QIX. I'll do a little run of that real quick. But then, yeah, like I said, I kind of moved it around a little bit. At least for now, the lamp is here. I used to have this over here, the lamp in the middle. But as I'm kind of deciding how I want to do streaming and stuff with this, right now it's here in this spot, and I'm happy with it. That's fine. Windows 7 desktop is just in sleep mode right now, so it's just chilling. Again, right now it's not serving much purpose for me other than it's kind of its own NAS in a way. It's basically a NAS. It's a storage thing for my photos, videos, camcorder videos. There's a couple Windows 7 things I can do on it. There is one game I have to check out on here. I did mention that before. We'll get to that at some point too soon. Here's my Kim Possible stuff. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, if I posted a picture or not, but obviously I got my little Kim Possible shrine thing here. Let me turn this other light on real quick here. This I've shown all these in video before. Obviously we got Chewy, her dog Chewy. This is when I met her at Club Libby Lou. She signed it right there. She signed her CD. And she even put me a heart. Yes. For one brief moment, I thought Christy Carlson might have loved me, but then she went and married that army dude. So that never happened. But anyway, I got Kokomo. This is from the Kim Possible fan convention in California that I couldn't attend. One of my Save Disney Shows folks sent that back over to me. Of course, speaking of Save Disney Shows, we got the little No 65. So, very cool. And we did kind of beat the system, and we got a 4th season out of it, but still love to have that button. Very cool. That was also sent to me by one of our Save Disney Shows members. I got the Kim Possible little thing here.
Rufus, you rock. Hey, Wade, what up? Please and thank you. So not the drama. Rufus, you rock. Hey, Wade, what up? Please and thank you.
The fact that the little internal battery still works on this thing is crazy. But then, yes, my wife and kids, it's kind of a group thing, got this for me for, I think, Father's Day. It was very recent, so I think it was Father's Day. Apparently, they're making Funko Pops of Kim Possible. I think I may actually have put this on a short. Yeah, I'm almost certain now I did this, but I got Cheerleader Kim, and there's also 2 more. I told my wife to get me some if she finds it, but she hasn't bought me them yet, but I may look for it myself. But they also have Ron and Rufus and Shigo. How freaking cool is that? Yeah, I might look to see if I could find these online, but I told her she could buy it. It doesn't have to be for a present. She could just buy them to buy it for me, but she hasn't gotten it yet. But She probably forgot, but yeah, it's so cool. I love that. Anyway, so now that kind of sits here, and then I get the other two. I don't know where I'll put them, but we'll figure that out. But yeah, let's set this up. I've showed you this, guys, but yeah, I just wanted to show you this real quick again. This is not like a Windows XP gaming stream, but yeah, this reminds me a lot of QIX and OS. So again, half Tempest, which actually I have Tempest on here too, but again, I don't know how well this is going to come out on the screen. Again, I'm still kind of figuring out how I want to work this for future live streams. Let's see how this will be a good test. You put it like that. That's not too bad. Yeah, it's not terrible. You can try that, but then it's a little unstable. I probably don't need this on extra. Here you go. You can see it fine. Cool. Well, it's not too bad. But anyway, Maxwell is pretty sure. No, actually, no, not Maxwell. JezzBall. Okay, yeah, JezzBall. Very funny name, but yeah. Again, this is what reminds me of QIX. Again, you got to get certain percentages of things. Again, not the greatest at this, but I think you can understand now why this reminds me of QIX. But and again, same thing. You got your percentage down there about area cleared. That'd be funny if it was 65% too. I don't remember how much we have to give, but I am kind of wondering if this actually took inspiration for that. See if we can at least get a level cleared here real quick. $65. Oh. Okay, apparently gotta go a little farther. I'm gonna clear one of these here before we finish this. I always like the Maxwell one a little bit better, but again, this is all off the Microsoft Entertainment Pack. There we go. 79. So it might be like 75%. What clears it. This is gonna be hard. Whatever. And then if you want to look at Tempest again, which also is what it kind of reminds me of a little bit, we have that on here too. There we go. Got second place. And I can't max. There's Jeez. Yeah, but just a lot of those sounds just made me really think of Tempest. Hey, really good sound though on this. Not good, but anyway, yeah, show you that. But let's go upstairs. Definitely we need to get upstairs to get this going. So, maybe the classic shutdown here as well. Yeah, it's nice to start this up once in a while. Make sure it actually is starting up. But and so in this, I got this thing used. As far as I know, it's still the original installation of Windows XP, but again, there's kind of a backstory. This is a backstory on my used laptops. But yeah, this was used when I got it. I mean, and it's just no AI, not one AI thing on there. And I gotta really talk about this too. And when I do my video on Gigabyte, I'm kind of glad I wait because, man, I got lucky. Like I said, I kind of complained a little bit in the previous live streams, like, well, you know, I didn't get quite the 2 terabytes of hard drive I wanted. I waited a little on it, but man, I got so lucky because now they're just apparently Windows 12 is going to be like super AI driven, and apparently I don't know exactly what is going on, but Mutahar, some ordinary gamers, just put a video out together about like how like NVIDIA is teaming up with Microsoft. They're like making these new sort of all-in-one AI processors now, where like your entire system is you don't have an actual computer system anymore. You don't have the CPU with instructions and just doing its normal step-by-step instruction stuff, and then the graphics and everything. Like NVIDIA and Microsoft are turning out. So basically, your computer is like one AI neuron processor thing now, and it's it basically your computer will run itself for you and do everything, and you don't even have to think about anything now. Yeah, again, watch his video. I don't even know but there was some special name for it, but it's some kind of NVIDIA thing. NVIDIA and Microsoft working together basically turn the very classic, how PCs have worked for dozens of years now, or dozens of years, and more. I mean, 30 plus years or whatever. And now they're turning it into like one AI processor now, and I don't know when that's coming out, but I mean, I think there's still like some, there's general Windows 11 on that laptop that I have, but I mean, there's not even a Copilot button on. I got very lucky at that time, that they weren't pushing the AI stuff as much on it. There's not a lot of AI stuff. Like I said, I think there's like still the little AI thing in Notepad or whatever. I mean, there's still the little Windows 11 things that I can't upload it. I can get rid of some of that stuff too. There's ways, but so it doesn't drive me nuts with it every day. But yeah, there's some really. I don't know if this is going to be like a Windows 12 thing or what. Again, I don't know. You have to watch some ordinary gamers have to watch his video. Again, he sometimes stuff that he talks about kind of goes over my head. Yeah, there's something in Nvidia and Microsoft are working through that is not so good for the future of PC computers, and it's just it's through him or now I can't even know I can't remember think about it now, but yeah, because I watched the video through him, and I also did something about Linus Tech Tips as well, talking about like is 16 gigabytes enough or whatever. And I think they talked a little bit about the AI stuff in there too, but yeah, I'll have to look that up when we get upstairs, which one to make sure I'm actually talking about the right video. But because Mudahar also he was kind of did something talking about again about the he was talking about the Sony stuff. Now that I think about it too, so. I think I have my charger over here somewhere. Let's see. There we go. Yep. Yeah, now I can't remember who's actually talked about it, but let me look it up so I just kind of give you guys some actual information, correct information here. As we load up Steam, which again, it's just I feel very lucky to have gotten this. Again to get this before, even though I do feel kind of bummed I didn't get this full 2 terabytes, but hopefully there will be a time, when things do eventually start going down. But yeah, this was before a lot of it. The AI bubble went crazy and prices skyrocketed, and they weren't tossing a ton of AI stuff yet. I mean, like I said, there's still a little bit on here, but. What is this? So I tried to do like an upload, and I think I try to do an upload, I leave for a while, and I come back and it's like still uploading, which is weird. I think it like goes to sleep or something, but it shouldn't take that long. Cancel that. Nope, that should not be going that long. Let's try that again. Yeah, something breaks when I go away from the computer for a while. I don't know what that's about, but we'll start that fresh in the background here. I can ask AI about it. Let's see what AI says about it. Okay, all right. So again, I don't remember who exactly had this in the video, but I have a little bit more names, so you can look this up if you're interested. But and interesting enough, asking AI about it. NVIDIA and Microsoft are collaborating on a client AI hardware while simultaneously navigating a dual track relationship where Microsoft builds custom silicone to reduce reliance on NVIDIA data center GPUs. So again, they're kind of putting the CPU and GPU together. So the kind of the gist of it is like they want to get the technology, the AI technology that's in the GPUs into the CPUs. And the key thing, the key word, you can look this up if you want, is it's called RTX Spark Superchip. RTX Spark Superchip. Announced in May 2026, so recently, it's an ARM-based RTX Spark, integrates a high-efficiency CPU and powerful RTX GPU onto a single system on a chip. So basically, I don't really understand, but you're putting the GPU and CPU together. Um, Delivers up to 1 petaflop of AI compute with 120 gigabytes of unified memory, um, allowing local operation of large AI models. So you can basically run AI efficiently on your laptop because we all want to do that, right? Um, Allowing large AI models up to 120 billion parameters with cloud dependency, of course, based off the cloud. Of course, I'm not going to let you do anything local. Designed in a multi-year partnership with Microsoft to power upcoming Windows AI agent PCs. Scheduled to debut in laptops from Microsoft Service, Dell, HP, Lenovo, and Asus in fall 2026. Hey, they didn't mention gigabytes, so that's good. They are still making laptops. They're not making the G series. They're in a different name now. They are under the. They have Gigabyte Aero. Yeah, I think they're mainly the Aero brand now, but and then Aorus, Aorus, is kind of their gaming. They have Gigabyte Eagle, and Aorus. So the one that's kind of close to mine, like what I have now, is they have Gigabyte Gaming A18 Pro. I don't know what the heck this thing costs these days, but this has the full-on like numpad and everything like that. So yeah, I mean it's cool looking, but yeah, that's kind of the most sort of equivalent to what I have. But yeah, I'm obviously ain't looking to get any. Yeah, still kind of debating what the heck I'm going to do as far as like eventually a gaming desktop. I don't know. I think that's on the hold for a while. Yeah, 46. What is that? That's so weird. Let's see here. Okay. I was watching a lot of YouTube videos. And no, it's not Linus Tech Tips. He did the comparison video on what uses less RAM, Linux, Linux or Windows. Some ordinary gamers, he bashed on Sony for their response / non-response to the whole we're not using disk anymore. Tyler will enjoy that video if he watches that. But no, I should have known this. This was the one I watched in between. It's by the Infographics Show. Such a cool channel, man. I highly recommend it. Infographics Show, they do great little documentaries, and they're all kind of like in the cartoon form. Speaking of which, I'm seeing Alex Clark this Thursday at the Comedy Cabin in Janesville, Wisconsin. He's a YouTuber. He started his YouTuber career making cartoons. You can kind of think of like schwoozy type deal. He's not doing as much of that now, kind of the way YouTube is. That's not really hitting the algorithm at much. But he also does comedy shows, comedy sketches, juggling acts, things like that. He is returning to the Comedy Cabin in Janesville. I've just been kind of waiting for him to come to a spot where I was close enough where I can watch him. He finally is. If anyone wants to, feel free to join me for a night out with me and my wife. They're not sold out. I don't know how many is available, but it's general admission. But yeah, I will be there this Thursday evening. I'm going to probably post one more time about that on the community post. But it's the infographic show right here. And again, great. And they don't use AI for their stuff. But yes. But yeah, you need to stop buying Windows laptops right now. So yeah, I highly recommend this if you want to see where it seems like they're is posted 10 hours ago, so it's the latest video. But yeah, I highly recommend if you are interested or you just want a little advanced notice of where it seems like we are going in the computer world. It's kind of scary. It's a little on the scary side. So, but hey, that's kind of what they do. They post stuff. It's not always the easiest to watch their stuff, but they just kind of keep it real and do it in a proper, informative, non-biased way. But yeah, infographic show. Highly recommend that. If it's kind of scary the way it seems like they're trying to go with the future of computing. It was already nerving enough hearing recently. Again, I don't know how much of it's true. It's rumors, but I mean they're already talking about Windows 12 to be almost like entirely AI based, where it's going to do all the simple tasks for you, obviously monitoring you and suggesting things, just being so bloated, I'm sure, and just like I said, I haven't hated on Windows 11. Yeah, there's a few annoyances. I got more annoyances with their stupid free video editing software, but at least my version of Windows 11 doesn't and maybe that's the timing I bought it, doesn't overload me with AI buttons and AI stuff and prompts. I don't even have a Copilot button on here. Maybe I just got lucky, and that's what I'm going to talk about in that video when I do my review on the Gigabyte G6. I've had it a little over a year now. But it does kind of, it scares me hearing about what Windows 12 might be and then hearing about what his video, man, like that's like, I don't even want to upgrade anything at this point. Or my next system might be, maybe it'll be Linux, maybe it'll be a Steam PC, Steam machine. I don't know. We might. And it's funny enough because I have NVIDIA. I mean I do technically have a dedicated graphics card on here. It's like a laptop size graphics card, but yeah, I do have a dedicated NVIDIA GPU, and it's been fine. I mean their software center is a little annoying and kind of bloated, but it works. It updates all the drivers for me automatically. It does what it needs to, but I do get the annoying pop-ups about, hey, we optimized your graphics card for this game. Do you want to buy this at the store or whatever? So I do get those stupid annoying pop-ups, but obviously it doesn't affect my system all that much. It's just annoying things I got to dismiss once in a while, but it's scary. It's scary. I said, definitely watch that. Again, infographic show. Just a really cool channel. The topics they cover is just so neat. Do I want to take a Valve hardware survey? Speaking of annoying pop-ups. Actually, I gotta exit out to the screen. Sorry about that. Gotta get that switched over to the next screen. Here we go. Beautiful. All right, Tyler is online. There, we'll just give him a thumbs up. Okay. Yeah, I don't know exactly what we're gonna play tomorrow or later on tonight. I haven't really figured that out. I do got a cool idea though. I mentioned at the end of my last shorts about possibly taking a look at all my Nintendo Power magazines. So might be part of my live stream tonight. Since I don't really have too many other retro games in mind, particularly right now at this moment, so we might go through that for the first half of the live stream tonight. That could be kind of fun. I'm thinking about doing that, and then whatever game we play, we might go back into Watch Dogs. I mean, I've kind of been enjoying that, so we could possibly go back to Watch Dogs after that. I'm not really making any progress on it because I didn't get past that one mission yet, but still fun to play it. So. We're in Chapter 4, Proof of Resolve. Okay. Guess you wanted pocket tissues? Apparently everyone wants our pocket tissues. Oh boy. Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Excuse me.
No,
sir.
it's
There's a
it's
telephone
cool.
call for you. Apparently, it's the owner. I'll handle it.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't tried it to see if it works, but I do at least have it, you know.
Listen now.
Hey there, Busy Bee. Think you can cut out from work a sec?
Huh?
Nothing big. I just feel like grabbing drinks. You and me.
The hell kind of stunt is this? Sorry. I'd rather down a hot mug of my own piss than suffer through having beers with you.
Don't, though. That stuff tastes about as good as you'd think. Come on, the place won't burn down if you leave it to the minions for one night. I'll meet you in Ashitaba Park. Don't keep me waiting, yeah?
Hey! I'm not sure how long I'll be out, so I'm leaving the club in your capable hands.
Sir? Understood. I'll let the floor manager know.
Thanks so much.
Well, you can save here oh, because it's got a phone, so you can save with a phone. Is it okay? As long as there's a phone, apparently you can save. Cool. Aw, it won't let me go on stage. Okay. It looks like everyone's having a pretty good time. Cool looking place, though, too. That is a weird name. Okay, so apparently we need to recognize their name. Okay. So much is something we gotta take notes on, I guess. Again. Yeah, we got the other thing we gotta take notes on. The Order of Munan. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever remember that. Munan Chohept Onas. Okay. Yeah, definitely doing good, I think.
Go. Right. Yeah. Hey.
Hi. Yeah?
Okay, interesting.
Hey.
Showing a pee-pee. Okay. Okay, this is interesting.
Munacho. Oh. Hey.
Hey.
Uh-oh. Oh, I gotta get these answers right, though. Let's see. I'll make sure I get these right in the order of Munan Shilapt. To express gratitude. Hept Onast. Oh, that's the Shuri PP one, yeah. That'll be Shuri PP. Yep. Do the hustle one, okay.
Mannaggia.
Oh, I'm not sure. Let's see what this says I should do. Okay, it says I should do the mom's gonna be heartbroken. Okay. I guess that kind of makes sense.
We knew there was gonna be a fight somewhere, right?
Haha. Got it. Yay, we completed another sub-story. So that's exciting. Ooh, we got a Christmas tree. Nice, fancy.
Hey. Mind telling me why I dragged myself out here? Ah, don't be so tense. I told you, I just wandered around my guy. Have a seat, Tiger. I guess we better get a drink in you first, huh? Hey, Chief, can you get my buddy here situated? Sure. These times are strange. Fugu fish platters for 100 grand. Matsuzaka beef that goes for 10,000 a gram. All these fancy dishes I've tried, they still can't beat the 80 yen daikon from this beat-ass food cart. Makes you wonder what the hell money even is. Okay?
Oh, that's a fancy drink.
Come on now. You haven't touched your drink since the first swig. Sake don't taste right sitting next to you.
Ah, the classic sake.
Since you and I met. 2 years already. All that time, and you're still sulking. Really makes me wonder why my elf brother even bothers keeping you alive. The whole thing doesn't make a damn bit of sense. Usually it's not complicated. Yakuza who willingly defy their bosses always get served. Expelled, disavowed. That's if they're lucky. Worst case, you disappear into some black site for a nice slow death. You've got the whole blackest side I know. You should be history. It doesn't turn out like that. You tough out a year of torture like a champ, then Shimano lets you out. How you made it through that without cracking is a mystery. Why he brought somebody back from the hole, that's even harder to figure out. And he doesn't explain. Getting let out, being forgiven, aren't the same thing. You get banished from the life without a proper expulsion or a disavowal. And then he punts you to me, his brother flying other colors, asks me to keep you as a civilian pet. Shit, for a guy known to talk straighter with his fists, Shimano sure picked a weird roundabout way to deal with you. I can't say I see his point with all this. Who knows? I'd like to ask him myself. Well, then again, maybe we're overthinking it. Maybe it's nothing more than he just can't get enough of royally fucking that ass of yours. Really? No reaction? The Daikon had more kit than you. Anyway, there's something I always wanted to ask you. Why are you so desperate to get back in the Tojo clan? A rebellious shit like you choking down his punishment for this long blows my mind. Taiga said you are That was his name, wasn't it? You're a sworn brother from back in your Tojo days, if I'm not wrong. You said you were doing it for his sake. $18-count Saitama. I remember. Goddamn, it was huge at the time. Solo raid on the Wayno Seiwa clan, who'd been making trouble from Tojo boys. Hard to believe he took out 18 men and walked away breathing, all by himself. Guy's a living Tojo clan legend. Even made all the headlines over here in Osaka, too. And now he's sitting in prison. I mean, of course he is after 18 murders. Only thing left for him is the axe to fall on his death sentence. Meanwhile, you're working to get back in the Tojo clan. For his sake, that's the part that throws me for a loop.
My brother, he ain't the type to die inside those walls. No, he's coming back. He's coming back to kill me.
To kill you.
Nothing, forget it. All in the past now. Anyhow, I don't care what happens to me. I'll take any pain, any humiliation. I gotta get back to the Tojo clan.
All right. So you're really gonna spend your entire life waiting for a brother who can't possibly come back to you?
Favorite part? Oh, that is tough.
Your entire life spent
I like the storylines. The storyline's very intense. Sub stories were kind of interesting. I was a little surprised how random the sub stories are. That's been a good part too.
Well, it isn't your business anyway.
Pretty good graphics too. All the lights, the beautiful lights that they're Japan are pretty cool looking
Different
too.
clans or not, my sworn
But yeah, quite a
brothers
good
are
story going so far. I've been trying to follow it, but
You can mark my words. You won't see me throwing away my whole life so I can live for somebody else's sake. Nope. Not his or anyone else's. You're a grown-ass man. Isn't it time you learned to cut yourself some slack and just live a little? But hey, you do you. I know you're not the type to hear anything I have to say and take it to heart. So I'll do you a favor here and cut to the chase. Can you kill a human being?
You mean a hit?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
What the hell would I need to do that for?
You said it yourself. You'll do anything to get back in the game. You saying you didn't mean that now?
No, I'm asking why I want to do something like that instead of making another 500 million at the club and buying my way back in.
What? By poaching the Zelme from Odyssey?
You heard about that, huh?
Yeah, and you know the funny thing about it? One little phone call from me to Odyssey and I could scuttle the whole deal if I wanted to.
Why would you do that?
That's an easy one, buddy. Just a healthy reminder that I've got your future in my hands.
First you made me earn for you. Now you want me to kill for you.
Both important parts of the business. Very important parts. For me and for you.
Who am I taking out?
Makoto Makimura. Ever heard the name before?
Who is he?
Runs a prostitution ring here in Sotoboy that's been blowing up lately. Guess that ain't your scene, huh?
Prostitution.
Yeah, they snatch up girls, college students, put them to work earning hard money, and take all the profits. Word is any girls who try to get out of the ring get beat so bad they'll never have kids, to serve as an example. Lucky you, the mark's total scum. Makes the job easier, don't it?
This Makimura guy. How would I go about finding him?
I'm not gonna do your job for you, but I will give you a lead. Makimura has the girls use telephone clubs to hook their johns. The gals at the bottom of the operations food chain are your best bet.
So I hit up the telephone club crowd and try to follow the trail back up from there until I get to Makimura.
The deadline's 2 days. Make sure you have the issue and any cleanup resolved by that. You take any longer than 2 days, it'll be your back with a target on it. Get it? Are we clear on that?
Yeah, I can't wait.
I'll leave the details up to you. Once the job's done, call this number. That's all there is to it.
Got it.
Majima-chan, I want to check one last time. I want you to understand. With murder, who and how many don't matter. You kill one guy or you kill 18 guys. You kill a saint or a scumbag. It's the same. Murder's murder. When you end a life, that's the end of any hope of normalcy for you as well. Whether you're out walking the streets or at home in your bed, you'll never escape the memory. Just a little advice from someone who's been doing the Yakuza thing a lot longer than you. If you can get by without killing, do it. Might go without saying. Last chance. Are you capable of offing a total stranger for your own personal agenda?
I don't need your fucking advice. No future for a Yakuza. Can't pull a trigger anyway. When I say I'll do the job, I'll do it. All right?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Chief, thanks. This ought to cover him, too. Keep drinking if you like. Oh, and the meatball's great here. Don't miss it.
Makoto Makimura.
All right, 2:31. That is where we're going to wrap it up for the night, guys. Guess we have a big old fancy offing somebody. I hope he doesn't do it. I hope maybe he can sneak by and not do it, but I mean, I know he wants to get back in Yakuza, but I still shouldn't like off a guy like that. Even though he is kind of, scummy, but we'll find out next time when we play Yakuza. Yeah, thank you guys for joining. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, John. Appreciate you all joining. We had a lot of fun stuff looking at the Atari 5200 today. So, yeah, I think we had a pretty good night. It's getting about time for me to head to bed so I can get up early once again for my daughter's band camp thing. So. But yeah, 2:31, we're good. Thank you all for joining. It was fun. Yeah, stay tuned. Maybe we'll go through the Nintendo Power thing tonight. We'll see. Otherwise, stay tuned and see what we figure out. Hope you all have a wonderful night. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.